Hello everybody, welcome back to Darksiders 2. We are heading into the Crucible. Now the plan going into this is to do the first 50 waves, because it's after that that I get the Bissell Boots.
Here, the strongest are tested, and the weak are destroyed.
Sure. So yeah, the goal for the video is to get to to get to wave 50 and finish wave 50. Now technically we can get up to 75 right now, and if the first 50 go by too quickly, then we will continue on to 75, and then I'll save the last 25 for Friday.
Let me explain the rules, of which there are few. The more creatures you defeat, the deeper into the Crucible you'll go. At intervals, you'll be offered a reward. If you take the reward, you must exit. If not, you may continue. But if at any time you fall, you will earn nothing. Oh, and one last thing. No one has ever finished the Crucible. Besides. Do you wish to enter?
Alright. Don't have a choice. Haven't done anything yet. So we have a timer that's going up though, so it means nothing. Now, I did go and upgrade my sights. As you can see, I am using different ones and not the same cheaty sights that I was using before. So I changed out those. I changed out my secondary, got a good setup. Kept resetting the shops, which if you don't know, every time you level up, the shops will reset their inventory because their inventory has to match yours. Now the thing about that is until you actually talk to them, their inventory isn't locked in. So since I had leveled up and not looked in any shop inventories for a long ass time, because I learned early on that there's never anything good to buy, I had my choice of inventories to reset. I chose the one in the Forge Lands to begin with because the thing that I looked up on how to reset the shop said it was a good one because you start like 3 steps away. It's more like 15 steps, which isn't the big deal, but the point is that if you go to the Shadow's Edge, it's literally like it's 1 step away. Like you start directly next to the goat guy who sells you shit. And I managed to get a health steal weapon. So now if we look, I will show you my scythes here. They do 255 to 293, 46% crit chance, 52% damage, and health steal and wrath steal of birth at 43%. Now, the reason that steal is better than whatever on damage and on crit is because I get it every hit, not just on my criticals, and the 43% is based off of how much damage I've done, which is why I still went for critical chance and damage. And then my arm blades that I have, I went defense, strength, resistance, and increased health, just to make me more survivable. And then obviously I have the 2 pieces of Abyssal armor and the 2 pieces of Angel of Death armor, because we're going for the 3rd piece of Abyssal armor here. Now it says on the wiki that the you get special rewards for completing certain sections of it. Now he said that if you accept a reward that you then have to quit. I don't know. I have a feeling that these special rewards don't count for that.
You have survived. Or more punishment?
I mean, let's go. So also according to this, our first one will be on wave 25. So I'm guessing that we'll be offered a reward every 5 waves. There was another thing that I read. I kind of wish that there was a way to increase this damage. Just specifically for those guys. It's also, if you don't fire all of your bullets and you leave 1 in the chamber, you do reload faster, but I never keep that much count of it. So these scythes do more damage because they started at a higher level than the other cheaty scythes that I made. So these do more damage, and they obviously make me even more indestructible because of the health steal. Because the health on crit sent out just spawns orbs that then travel to you and heal you. Whereas when you're stealing it, it's just straight into you. Like, there is no animation or anything, which I imagine is purely for the fact that it would really overload the game to be putting that many orbs out on every hit. Like, you could potentially, especially if you hit like a large number of enemies all at once, it would really fuck with it. So that's why they didn't do it that way. But because they didn't do it that way, it also means that I get instantly healed every time I hit somebody. So unless somebody manages to stun me for quite a long time, it won't make a difference. Now, the main difference between my secondary weapons is I think I had Arcane on them before, which I didn't bother going with this time. Because it doesn't seem to do a whole lot for my fighting style. It just increases elemental damage and probably damage within like my special abilities. But I don't need my special abilities for the most part. I mean, even my one there that increases my strength, with my strength at what it is, that increase isn't going to be a huge amount probably. I mean, I think it increases it by 40. And my secondary weapon increases it by 110 by itself. Well, actually, to be fair, even since it did that, I also didn't use the little cheat there to upgrade my arm blades nearly as much as my scythes. I think I did it 4 times, I think, for my scythes, and I only did it like twice for my arm blades. I didn't want to get to the point where stuff was falling off of it again, and it didn't show exactly what I was getting. But, so to prevent that, I just saved in between dropping it and picking it back up. And as soon as it started just giving me the same 2 stats over and over again to upgrade, I just stopped. But yeah, we should tear through this fairly quickly. And we may very well go to 75. And to be fair, these scythes will probably carry me all the way through the New Game Plus as well, if I had to guess. I don't know how much I should do on New Game Plus. Like, I don't know if I should bother going for all of the collectibles again, do the DLCs again, because, like, yeah, I would get, I obviously need to keep doing it until I hit level 30, but until I hit level 30, but after I hit level 30, I don't know if I'll continue doing it, because I don't know if there'll be much point, because, like, the Abyssal armor I won't be changing out, and the only way I can get more is if I hit 25. And unlock the last leg of the Crucible, and and odds are these weapons will, like I said, will carry me through more than enough, and I wouldn't want to bother fucking upgrading another set again anyway. Oh, that's interesting, that I actually get like a death animation for this guy. I didn't even hit B, by the way, like that's why it's interesting. Like, I mean, they are a boss, but at the same time they're not, you know? Was he bigger than the other ones that I've been murdering? Because he didn't seem like it. Hey, buddy, you're gonna go and...
This one may go far.
Yeah, you think?
You have survived. So far. Is it the prize and freedom you want, or more punishment?
I'll risk it. Let's go. I'm being very careful, you might notice, to not take the loot. So I'm assuming that the do it all in one sitting means that you just can't take the loot, not that you just have to remain here. But that's fine, because that doesn't mean a whole lot. Oh no, come on, reload. I'm really hoping for like crits on some of these so that, you know, it takes less bullets, but all right, come on. What is with this? I could also use my Bone Storm. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called anyway. Oh my god, there is more. Good Christ. How many of these are there? Because that's what I did in one wave of the... Oh fuck, what was it now? In the Soul Arbiter's Maze. I did that for the one wave. They just had like a fuck ton of those skeletons show up, so I just was like, ah, fuck it. I just Bone Stormed and let them all run into me and die. I didn't look but I probably should have to see if there was a way to increase the damage of redemption, but I doubt it. Because they, especially with the possessed weapons, if it was something that you could put on them. Because they probably specifically made the gun weak like that so that you couldn't range attack everything to death. Because like even with the damage upgrade in the first game, it was fucking pathetic, so. Ow. Fuck. Oh, missed that entirely. Oh no, look at all that fucking crit. Yeah. Oh, love cheating. Makes games so much more fun. Feel like I've earned this though. I played through the game. I finished the game. And now I get to feel overpowered. Now I actually get to feel like death. And not just, you know, a little bitch horseman. Yeah? Come on. You can do better than that. Oh, I guess you can't. Oof. Oh. Well then. Also, apparently deaths are... Reaper form is based off of arcane damage, not strength, which is why I do, in fact, do less damage when I use Reaper form. Like, that's why my Reaper form seems like such a bitch compared to my Chaos form in the first one. It's because the Chaos form in the first one obviously was just based off of your damage, which was just based off of your level and your weapon in that. Whereas in this one, you know, it's not. It's based off of an actual stat that you have.
The thirst is with this one.
Yes, yes it is.
You have done well. Would you
Now,
take this prize and leave, or continue further?
I wish there was a faster way to do this, in all honesty. Like, the fact that he stops every 5 is kind of annoying. I wish that he stopped every 10. But I guess if you did come here right at the beginning, like when you first started unlocking it, that might be... Because to be fair, that could very well be a good way to upgrade your weapons in that. Like, as soon as you're able to come here, just come here, do what you can and get the... Or like learn where you get, or learn how far you can go and then get the upgrade from that. There we go. My dodge thing is still probably my most damaging attack just because it hits them so much and my crit chance and damage is so high. So like the more hits I get, the better. Oh, what? A corrupted one of these. I actually don't remember fighting one of these in the game. I could have went with execution chance as well, but I'm still not 100% sure how good that is. And I mean, obviously it wouldn't work on bosses, but I don't know if it'd work on these guys since they're not technically bosses, you know? I'm really looking forward to getting like the full Abyssal armor set. That'll be nice. Oh, it's the, what was this guy's name? Blackroot, right? That was his name. Oh, motherfucker. Oh, right, because that shit isn't like a one and done. It follows you, right? Oh, he dead? Yeah, he dead. I forgot that when he shoves his hand into the ground, it doesn't just go straight out. It actually follows you around until it catches you. Okay, so when we hit wave 25 is when we're supposed to receive the first special reward. So I'm assuming that he's going to give us something whether or not we leave. Oh, once again, I didn't hit B for that. I don't know why they put the timer up there. Because, like, the timer doesn't do anything as far as I can tell. Oh, right, that's what this guy is. Wait, wasn't this guy from the DLC? Or no. The, what's her face? Was it the priestess? Or not the priestess, the shaman who sent us to fight him? And that is why I bumped up my resistance quite a bit. Because if I hadn't, then that would have done a lot more. Since my Abyssal armor doesn't come with any resistance. There isn't that many enemies that seem to come. Oh, Mace Maximus. A weapon of incredible power forgotten to the Aeons, formerly brandished by an ancient lich warlord whose reign of conquest faded into dust. Locked deep in the tombs below the dead plains, thought never to resurface. Only remnant of his tale is inscribed on the runes of the weapon's blades. I had that weapon before, didn't I? Did I get that weapon for defeating Gorn? Is that why I just got it again? because I'm reasonably certain that I had that weapon before. Oh. Oh, are we fighting all of them at once or just the Blackroot and... Oh, what? Now, they do like to do this thing where they take turns, and if it's not their turn to attack, they will wait. Also, when the Reaper form comes out and does its little thing there to finish off combos, that is also arcane damage, and based off of that, not your strength. So technically, me just like wailing on them does more damage than actually doing combos. This talisman has kept many warriors alive when they would otherwise have fallen upon the field of battle. The Heartstone talisman throbs with store of energy, a bastion that enhances its wielder's health.
A tireless avenger, are we?
Now, I think... Is that... Yeah, it just increases my health by 100. I'll keep my scythe damage.
You have survived. So far. Is it the prize and freedom you want? Or more punishment?
I mean, I will press on. I want at least 25 more waves, if not 50. Because we're almost at... I mean, I made it through that in 15 minutes. The waves will, in theory, keep getting harder. But the fact that they're... Oh, I see. So that was just the Forge lands. So the first 25 are the Forge lands. Got it. So then this 25 will be the Dead lands. So it's actually easier now than the last wave. Yeah. So now we'll be going through the enemies in the Land of the Dead. Which means that after that, we'll be going through... Angels, right? Like that was, or I guess it was Lost Light was after that, and then it was demons after that. And the demons were the harder fight, although all the angels were corrupted as well. So I mean, if he sends like actual angels after me, they might be harder than corrupted ones. I don't know. Neither of them, they weren't hard in either game to fight. So, but the demons were a lot harder in this one than in the first one, but also in the first one, the demons were like this very standard enemy, so they couldn't really. Also found out that piercing damage only affects enemies that have armor on them, and it just like negates the damage reduction of some of it. Whereas strength just straight up increases your damage. I was tempted to put lightning damage on my scythes. But I really wanted both health and Wrath Steel. Now that I've done it, I am slightly regretting it because I realize I don't really need the Wrath Steel when I'm not, like, using any of my Wrath abilities. But, you know, if need be, I have them available to use. And they will basically always be available to use. I guess I could use my teleport slash a lot more. I don't know... Because you're teleporting and slashing, but I don't know if that's arcane or strength that determines its damage. Because, I mean, either one would make sense, because you are hitting them with your scythe. But at the same time, let's see, how much does it do? 4275, that's not bad. I don't actually have, like, I have barely any arcane on, probably. Because, like, I never put it on anything. The bird's fucking talking to himself in the mirror.
First is with this one.
So I'm gonna go, I think, and put him away.
You have done well.
He's been so quiet so far.
This prize and leave, or continue.
Are you having quiet over there? You better be. Don't go arguing with yourself. I'll leave him for now. All right. And I realize that while this is more or less the same thing that I skipped in the Soul Arbiter. Oh fuck! They did put the ice things in here. In the Soul Arbiter's place, the this is a lot faster than that, because I don't have like the teleporting and loading screens and shit. Okay, I will go put away the bird. Alright. Let's see. Alright, wave, what is this, 32? Yeah, I'm really disappointed that they brought these ice guys in. While I was doing other stuff, I was thinking that, man, I hope they don't put like those shit and things in that kept freezing me. And then I realized, hey, they were only a part of the DLC. Why would they be in there? But then, you know, I guess that DLC, I want to say that DLC came out when the game came out, so they already had the enemies in there. And even if they didn't, this is, like, you know, the Definitive Edition. I fucking hate that they called it that. Yeah.
You did this.
So, I mean, obviously the DLC would be would be in there anyway, so they could have changed it for that as well. But they're just super annoying, as long as I don't have to fight the dragon. Like, some of, like, the bigger bosses probably won't be showing up. Like, this is a pretty big arena, but I imagine the bigger bosses won't be showing up. I wonder how, because, once you can do all 100 waves, if you do all 100 waves in one sitting is when you're supposed to fight Wicked K, which, if you remember, he was the guy in the first Darksiders that I basically couldn't damage unless I was in my Chaos form. And even then, I don't know if it was me hitting him in Chaos form or it's just like I used Chaos form, so he left. But he's that guy. Now, I imagine he's actually probably easier here. Oh, now's my prime time to... Yes. I had to fight a lot of those guys in the... Good God, that's a long fucking... death animation. Yeah? Come on, you can do better than that. I really wish there was a way to, like, break their shields. Especially considering that he can start the block facing away from me, but it still automatically blocks everything that I do to him. So, like, I'm hitting him from behind, but he puts his shield down in front of him, so it fucking stops it. Also, did my timer reset? Because I'm at 5 minutes now.
Would you take this prize and leave? Or continue further?
Continue? Yeah, I do. Like I said, I still need to get to wave 50 for the item that I want. Let's see, how long have we been going? Yeah. So, I mean, if the first quarter of this, because I mean, 75 waves is the most we can do right now. Like, we can't physically do more than that. So, if I can get to that now, right? And then, obviously, I'd go and finish the boss, or the last boss. To finish off the video that you've already watched. Like, that's just it, right? Like, if you watched the video before this, you've actually seen what I've recorded. Or, like, you've actually seen the end of the game, and I have not. Like, at this point, I have not seen the end of the game. And if you've been watching all my videos, you have, which is really weird. But yeah, after that, then I can go through on the hard difficulty, get my level to 30 and whatnot. I don't know if I'll even bother. Like, I will have to finish the game. Obviously, but I don't know. I think I might just, as soon as I hit 30, say fuck it and record the Crucible. I record the end of the Crucible in the last video. Now, the last video, based on how fast this is going, will probably be pretty short for you because I'm not going to show all the waves leading up to 50 or 75, whichever one I end on in this video. I'll just get there and then start the recording. Oh, goody. You know what? Fuck it. Come on. Wow, these things... Yeah, and even more. That's fine. I can keep doing this. I would say all day, but technically I can't. Because I do need to hit them with my scythe to get my wrath back. And there it's back. Alright. I can literally do this all day then. Like, I do so much damage that my wrath is full from one hit. That's ridiculous. Is that it? Yep, wave 39. Fuck you, bitch. Ah. Ugh. At least I'm not one-shotting stuff, because I imagine you can get the scythe strong enough if you keep doing the bug. Although, at some point, the game's gonna break, right? Like, there's no way that you can continue that forever. Because, I mean, it already breaks where it doesn't register the stats properly, and it thinks that everything does more damage than the thing that clearly does more damage. Did you die already? So, I mean, at some point, it is just going to straight up break. But I don't know how far you would have to go for that to happen. But assuming it doesn't break, and I imagine before it would break, you could probably make it where you're one-shotting pretty much anything. Although, in all fairness, considering how much damage I'm already doing, yeah, I'm instantly full health. At least stuff's finally hurting me at this difficulty. Ow, fuck. I mean, the reason I keep doing that, by the way, is because it's a good source of guaranteed damage against these guys, because as soon as you start hitting them, they go down into their block, and it's really annoying.
Tireless of it, are we?
Yes, we are. Oh, now, you know, if you wouldn't stop me so often, we could have probably knocked out all 50 in a half hour.
Or more punishment.
I'll risk it. But yeah, the final video in this, since it's going to be the last, at this point, probably 75 waves of the Crucible, or the last 25 waves of the Crucible, it's probably going to be a fairly short video.
He is flesh.
So I apologize for that in advance. I'm honestly tempted to stop at 50 anyway, just so that the last video is a little bit longer. But at the same time, I don't know how hard these waves are going to get. And while I don't think that I'll be killable at all, there is still a decent chance that I... Also, I wonder, you know, with Wrathsteel, this probably isn't, but I'm just wondering if I go through my abilities, would there be one that it's just like turn it, like set it and forget it? Like it just drains my Wrath while it's active? Because if so, odds are, if I could, like, if I can get one of those, I might buy a respec. I'll look through them after, because like with this Wrathsteel, I could just set it, forget it, and never have to worry about it. Like I would just permanently get the buff from it. I also find these guys really weird that they reuse the enemy from the first game, but there's no way to cancel out. Because like in the first game, these are the guys that you had to hit with the glaive, and that got rid of their AoE. And you basically had to, because like if you didn't, they did way more damage than you could possibly survive. Whereas in this one here, they have the same effect and everything, except for these guys here don't explode. I can't remember, was it if you executed them, they exploded, right? But if you didn't execute, or yeah, if you used the finisher on them, then they exploded. But if you didn't use the finisher, then they didn't explode. Oh. Fuck you. Yeah. These guys also have a bad habit, like the shield guys, for them to do the thing where you get like, really like stunned for a second there. You have to hit their shield quite a few times for that to activate. Whereas those guys there, it just seems to be like, if they manage to get the block on you, fucking missed that entirely. There we go, got him with that one. Like as soon as they block you, you get staggered for some reason, which is really weird.
A tireless avenger, are we?
Yeah, we are.
You have survived.
So far.
Punishment.
I'll risk it. Because next treasure is what I actually came here for. So I wonder what happens once you hit... Nope, don't. I really hate that he likes to change targets. Damn it. Did I? That had to have finished him, right? Yeah, it did. It's like there's no way I laid into him as he was coming out of the ground. Come on. Just keeping my eye out. Oh, alright, big guy. For more of the... These guys I find a lot easier to dodge just by teleport slashing them. There we go. When they do their forward attacks, just because it's, like, you know, he's fairly large. He hits everything in front of him. So unless you time your dodge just perfectly, because I realize that you do have invincibility frames when you dodge, but they are so, like so few. There's like 1 frame of invincibility. Okay, there goes that guy. There goes that guy. Oh, wow, those guys really swing far, don't they? together, how? There's just you. And now there's not even that. So, I mean, you can't do anything together. If you're a single. You're alone, or if you're a little loser. Wave 49. I mean, I feel like we've actually went through these waves maybe even faster than we did the first 25. Just because, like, it was, what, 20 minutes, I think I said, when we finished them? It was like 18 minutes, I want to say, when we finished the first 25, and we're not even at 40 minutes yet. Will you? Because I can just keep doing that until you die, since you have a shield and that ignores it. If I can't catch them coming out the ground, at least I can just fucking telespam them. Alright, wave 50. Here's the one that we needed. Just big boys? Yeah, it is. That's what I thought. You big bitch. So nice of them to take turns. Although I guess if they didn't put some way for the bosses to I mean, you would just be screwed, right? Like, there's no way. Like, with how, like, the bosses, well, I guess there would be a way, because, like, it would be a lot of luck, and based on whether or not the bosses managed to coincidentally sync up their attacks. Because, like, if they did, the way the bosses attack, they could very easily have one hit you, then the other, then one, then the other. The Bissell Boots, yeah, it's the same one. Alright. And 3 pieces of the Abyssal gear set. All we have left is the one that we cannot possibly get. But considering we just hit 32 minutes, we will continue up 75 waves. Or up another 25. I will press on. I will complete your challenge in this video. As much of it as I can. And then I shall be back later to finish off the last 25. It's honestly a little annoying that that I can't just do all 100, considering that, like, I'm doing 75 of them right now. And the only thing stopping me from finishing it is that the game refuses to let me, even though very clearly I would be able to accomplish that. I'm gonna love going, I mean, I say I'm gonna love going through the harder difficulty, but I honestly don't know how much harder it is. I mean, like, the fact that I have the, or as much of the Abyssal armor as I do, and that will level up with me. And obviously I have a shit ton of health and Wrath Steel and critical damage and just straight up damage. So I should be good to go. But, like, I don't know how much, because I imagine that the damage gets pretty ridiculous. Like, the damage that they do to you probably gets pretty ridiculous as you go up in the difficulties. Now, a lot of people have said, you know, it's like, oh, make sure you do the DLCs before you go into New Game Plus, because that way you can get the extra bonus, the extra experience and the extra skill points twice. But in all honesty, like I said, I don't know if I will bother even worrying about the extra skill points and everything. I may just do, like, a straight run through the main storyline and say fuck it, because I imagine with the experience that I have built up, that'll probably, I imagine that's when people are saying that they've hit 24. It's like, because apparently, like I said, your experience stops at 22, but it keeps track of it and just gives it to you when you start New Game Plus. So I imagine as soon as they start New Game Plus, they probably hit 24. I imagine that's what people meant by it, and I imagine that's what I'll have. But yeah, I might just do a straight shot to the end of the game, and then because I think the only person who dies, or the only person who has a missable quest, and that's only if he dies, is that one guy in the Forge Lands. And I'm not actually sure if he even gave me a side quest anyway. But I mean, nobody else that we ever talked to died. So I mean, I don't see, yeah, see, like, even these guys aren't doing, like, barely any damage. And even when they do, you know, like I said, they would have to be able to take out my whole health bar in one combo to actually kill me.
I believe,
because, like, as soon as I hit them, my health is full again.
You have done well.
Now, granted, my health hasn't dropped that much. I'm just basing that off of, you know, my wrath fills up from empty to full with one hit. I can only imagine that my health does the same. But I guess that would depend on whether or not I got a crit. If I got a crit, I'm pretty confident that it would... Really? Why are these guys back? Like, these are literally the beginning enemies in the game. They're obviously taking a little bit more damage, but I mean, it's still weird to see them here. Like, first I fought angels for 5 rounds, and now you send these guys after me? What the fuck? Now, I doubt that I'm gonna get demons, but you do unlock this after you defeat Samael, so there is a chance that I'll fight demons here. Okay, got you. Yeah, just fucking... Okay, where are you, dick? Oh, missed. Ow, ow. What the fuck was that? Yeah, see, that fucking stun there, if you put lightning on your weapons, that's what you get. Is you get that little, like, so yeah, apparently also, you have shock, frost, and electric damage, and then you also have lightning, inferno, and ice damage, which are just upgraded versions of it, apparently, which makes sense. So, like, literally, if you're gonna put shock on your weapon, you may as well put lightning on it. Like, there's no reason to use fire over inferno. Like, there's no reason to use frost over ice or anything. They're just the straight upgrades. Goodbye.
You will serve us!
Oh, no, there we go. Yeah, so far the only things actually fucking almost killing me are those teleporting dicks. And yeah, like, I actually have so much health now that my teleport slash doesn't even heal all that much. Like, when I was missing health there, I did the teleport slash and I didn't even see my health refill at all. Probably that extra 1,000 that I get from my arm blades probably helped with that. I was debating whether to get health or wrath, and then I thought, you know what, why the fuck would I ever get wrath when I have wrath steal? I mean, there's no reason. Wow, I died so fast. I wonder, like, because the angels were weaker, I felt, in the first game as well. Like, when I had to fight them. I wonder if that's to explain why the demons won, or if that's, like, supposed to... Like, I wonder if they had, like, an actual reason for that. Or if it was just, like, the way that they decided to balance the game. Like, I wonder if that was, like, a conscious thing on their part for story purposes. For, like, hey, the demons won because the angels were weaker than them. For some reason, even though the angels can fly and had fucking guns. Where the demons did have a couple of range things, but most of their attacks were melee based. Yeah, come here. Bitch. What wave are we on anyway? Oh, we're on 60, I think, maybe.
You've done well.
Yeah, I have. Nah, I ain't done yet. Bring these fools on. You know, I'm having a good time now. It's gonna suck when I have to redo all 75 of these waves before I record my next... Oh, fucking Christ, are you kidding me? God. I can't believe that this is waves of enemies, like... Also, what was I reading? I was reading something else that was talking about fighting waves of enemies or going through floors of a tower or something, and they said something was, they didn't have any enemies on one of the waves. But I don't know what that was for. Oh, I want to say it was they were going through some sort of tower. But yeah, I don't... What the fuck was that? It wasn't this game. Because there was no tower to go through. That... I mean, I guess they could have been talking about the Arbiter's Maze, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't that. I wouldn't consider that a tower. And at no point, I'm sure, is there a floor with no enemies. But yeah, I can't remember. I don't even know what the fuck I was looking up for that. Or why I came across anything like that. Oh. I kind of wish that the waves would actually like blend in more. Or like, because like there is like that little bit of a pause. Where the, where like the one wave ends and the other begins. Or like before the guy or the next wave of enemies starts spawning. Like I kind of wish like as soon as it registered that final enemy dead, it immediately came up wave whatever and then the enemies started popping in. Because I mean the only reason that anybody would need a break is if they decided to put health regen on something, but odds are like I didn't put health regen on anything because I kind of just figured that it wouldn't be fast enough, you know? Because that was another thing I was contemplating putting on the arm blades, but I'm like, is it gonna make a difference? Like, I don't know how fast it is. Odds are, you know, with my health steal, I'm gonna be fine anyway. Do I need the extra? Like, do I need the extra? Am I ever gonna have a period of time in between fights where it makes a difference? Like, and then turns out, you know, I don't think I'll need them. I am starting to take damage, but still very little. Yeah. Take that. I will just, oh, I will tornado scythe you to death. Because eventually this will, oh, there we go. Those bugs there, remember when they used to be hard?
The thirst is with this one.
Sure it is.
You have done well.
The thirst of the challenge.
And leave, or continue further.
Also, was there multiple achievements for the Crucible? Or am I thinking of like the 3 achievements for the Handwell survival mode? Which I decided against doing, by the way. If anybody is keeping track. I sat there and I looked at it after I finished recording. And then I just thought, you know what? No, it's not worth it. Like I said in that video, it seems like a really annoying game mode. And since I really enjoyed the game, I'd rather not ruin my memory of it by having that be the last thing that I did in it. If I was going to do it, I should have done it before I finished the game. I don't know why I didn't. There's really very little reason for me not to do it. Also, was I still doing damage to him with that? Ooh. Let's see what the finisher is on that guy. Same as with the smaller demons. Yeah. Oh. Oh, he was dead. That's why. I was like, oh, I didn't hit him with that. Also, I noticed that they have like 1, 2... I'm assuming that these are lighting up based on how many things I've completed. Because like I completed the first 25 and the second 25. Yeah. Bricks. Oh, wow. I should not do this. It's just begging for me to get the shit kicked out of me. It also does very little damage. Builds up a hell of a combo, though. Oh, well, I mean, it does enough damage as it turns out. Oh. Where'd you go? Come here. Okay, so it won't fully heal me, but it does a huge chunk of my health when I hit somebody. So, yeah. So, yeah, that Bone Storm is apparently just detrimental to my health. See, what do we got? Oh, we got that dickhead. No, you don't get to do that. No, you don't get to run away either. I will hunt you down first. That's what I thought. Good to know that I can still set demons on fire. You would think coming from hell they would be fireproof, but I guess not. Oh, wave 70, we're almost there at 45 minutes. Good to know that all 100 waves would have taken longer than an hour. I do like that that turned out that way. Alright. See, this is why little enemies are stronger than most of the fucking bosses, is because the little enemies will chain their attacks with each other, whereas the big bosses don't. So, like, you can end up just getting, like, stunned a bunch, or staggered a bunch. Alright, that's 70. I am.
this prize and leave? Or continue further?
I wonder if you fight him at the end. I wonder if he's like wave 100. Because like wave 101 is Wicked K. And that's only if you complete all the waves in one city. So I'm wondering if he's wave 100 just by himself. It's like, nobody has finished this except for me. Which would lead me to believe that it's like, haha, I will be your final challenge, you know? Good to know that that explosion still works. I do kind of wish that, because I feel it's doing a huge amount of damage. Like, it's got to be based on my strength, or my strength and arcane. It can't just be one or the other. Because it does way too much damage for it to just be based off of arcane. I don't know how much it would take, because I mean, you are teleporting and hitting them with your scythes, which just makes sense that it would take your strength into account. Actually, if I just look at the fucking ability, I bet you it would tell me, wouldn't it? And delivers a violent scythe attack that deals damage and restores his health. No, it just does, it deals a certain amount of damage. It just does a lot of damage. All right. Although I don't know if that number changes based on your strength. Like, it could be that, really? I wonder if you can still be frozen. I mean, I'll just keep doing this until everything's dead. I hate ice guys. They're so annoying. Alright. I could probably do that to clear a lot of these waves faster, couldn't I? Just keep teleslashing everything. Because, I mean, in theory, I would not only get through the enemies faster, but I would get hit less. Ow, fuck. Assuming he would target the right one. There we go, got rid of that one. Oh, and I killed those other guys at some point during my little... I guess they do tend to follow pretty close to you, so... that would make sense with my explosion doing damage. Nope, you don't get to hit me. Ah, oh, fuck me. There's another one. Come here, you little bitch punk. No. Fuck off. I don't want you. There we go. Got him. Come on, you're like so... Okay. I was like, you were so off the ledge. I am glad that they made it so you can't actually fall off the ledge. That's very nice. All right, final wave. Took us 50 minutes, so yeah, it definitely would have taken... Ooh, is this the Deposed King? Yes, yes it is. Ow. Or actually, that might just be a frost giant. Because that was an enemy that I had to fight. Ah, fuck. Alright, well, while he's doing that, I mean... ah, fuck. Ah, fucking Christ. Wow, that really tears through my health, doesn't it? Come on, you can do it, Death. Ow. 369? What the hell? Oh, I think that was because I was doing fire damage. I was like, I just saw that pop up and it was like on fire and I was like, what the fuck? It's like, there's no way that I did a combo like that. Barbed Defilers. The Barbed Defilers are a pair of scythes once carried by a dead lord in service to the deposed king Argol. The dead lord's name and his fate are lost and unknown even to the scribes of the Ivory Citadel. The Barbed Defilers absorb some of the strange energies within the far reaches of the abyss. Thus, the blades defile any foe they strike, weakening the enemy. Similarly, the scythes increase in power based on the arcane strength of their wielder. So that goes up with...
This one may go far.
If you would fucking let me.
We'll send a sign.
Alright, so yeah, that was all 75 waves that we can currently do in there. That last guy actually did quite a bit of damage to me, but he is a boss, so that makes sense. Jesus Christ. Now, I highly doubt that any of this will be any good, but let's take a look anyway, shall we? It's all level 25 stuff, so I can't even equip it. Yeah, all garbage. Yeah, garbage. Also, were those Mace Maximus, Possessed Buck? Those are just empty possessed weapons. I got that, which actually is better. But it's also 25, whereas that's 22, but it'll level up to 25 with me, and probably once it does, it'll be better than that. Same with those, I would imagine. In fact, they're already worse than my gauntlets. Oh, I guess they have critical damage, and these don't. These have critical chance, though, and I do like the chance over the damage. Those, once again, are better currently, but odds are in 3 levels they won't be. And I cannot actually equip the Wayfarer Talisman I got either, and that one is definitely better than what I have equipped. I have a feeling 24 or 34 strength beats out 11% damage. But anyway, that has been the first 75 waves of the Crucible. On Friday, we will go through the last 25, assuming that I haven't slacked off horribly. And I have actually gotten to the point where I can do the last 25. I don't know if I'll wait until 30 to do them, or if I'll just do them as soon as I hit 25. Like, for all I know, I'll start New Game Plus and then immediately, boom, 25 based on the experience I got. I don't know that, because I don't know. Like, I imagine it's 24 just based on what everybody online is saying. I can't imagine that I did enough to get... Like, I don't know how far away from 25 they were, so I don't know if I could have possibly done more than them, killed just like those few more dudes than them. I don't know. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I will see you on Friday for the final Darksiders 2 video.